What is up, guys? Welcome to episode 1, the long-awaited episode 1 of building Vader's castle in Lego. First off, before we get into anything, yes, this is a lot to take in, and I want to apologize for how long this has taken. I have had substantial progress done on the mock for a month or two now, and through different complications, if you guys follow me on Twitter and if you've been in the live streams, you know what those were, but the complications are over. We're filming it. It's happening right now. I would have liked to get a lot. I would have liked to have a planning episode, have an episode where I talk a little bit about this or a little bit about that, but we're just jumping right in today. We're going to talk about what this mock is going to be all about, how big it's going to be, what is going to be in it, and we are obviously going to talk about all the progress we have done so far. So let's go ahead and jump in right now with how big this mock is going to be. If you guys can tell right now, this mock is currently a 2x4 mock at the moment. This is only half of the mock. Yes, this mock is going to be 4x4, 48x48 dark bluish gray base plates. And currently this table setup is temporary. I will be getting some new tables here in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. So basically right now we have obviously the 8 base plates right here. So again, that'll be doubled. So this mock will be pushed more into the room, filling up the space right here. But so again, we have right here, we have the first 4 base plates, which are kind of the terrain area and whatnot. And then we have the lava river that turns into the lava waterfall, obviously. And so most of you guys probably are wondering, like, hey, James, what the heck is this, all this purple and green stuff? Like, what is all this brick right here? So that is basically filler. So the entire mock is going to be raised up to here, which, yes, it is. It's been a lot of work. Me and Eggy Egghead, who are, again, we are collaborating on this mock. We probably spent, close to 10 hours figuring out this design. And I know you guys are probably like, well, it's a pretty simple thing. It's just stacking bricks, but we're trying to find the most cost-effective and structurally sound design. So this is the best we could come up with. Again, it's not perfect, probably. I bet there are other ways we could do it. And then over here, as you guys can see, we kind of ran out of some bricks here, but that is why, like, we would probably have most of this filled in if the Lego store was open, and they are open, but the pad wall is not accessible right now. Yeah, so anyway, we're gonna have like the entire second half will also be filled in with this kind of filler stuff, as well as these outside walls. And then the mock will be built basically on top of that, and you'll see the iconic like Vader's castle with like the spire and everything. And then also on the side, we'll get into more of them, but we'll have little rooms, like right there we have a room, and on the other side we have one. But basically going down the way, we'll have some rooms, we'll have a hangar, we'll have all the iconic places from Rogue One that you see Vader and Krennic and whatnot. Also this right here, I just put this in here. Cool little battle. This will not be in the final mock. Sorry to say. But yeah, this will be a little different than Naboo. It'll mostly be a scenic view rather than a full-on battle. So yeah, we are basically going to have the iconic 5 pillars right here, or 6, excuse me. 6 pillars that go up, and the waterfall goes in the middle. And then actually, I corrected myself, if you guys have ever played the Vader Immortal VR game, the hangar is actually right about here. You can't see it in the movies, but it is there. So that is where we're going to be placing the hangar. It'll be about right here, right underneath, or right about where this filler is. This filler is actually going to be lowered down to a better point. But yeah, so we're going to have different rooms across the side. We're going to have rooms up top. And let's go ahead and get into one of those rooms right now. So right now, you guys can see this is one of the rooms. Basically, the roof up here, it pops off. The top right under here, it pops off. And so I can go ahead and pop it off for you guys right now so we can get some better lighting. But so it pops off, and that, obviously you can see it a lot better. And the thing that it really has is just simply a bunch of little slopes and spires and stuff. And so most of you, I'd say some of you might know what this is based off of. This is based off a Ralph McQuarrie concept art. I believe that was originally painted up for Return of the Jedi for a possible concept of Emperor Palpatine's throne room or like a Sith cave or something. I'll go ahead and try to pop a picture up right now to tell you guys what I'm basing it off of. Basically, it's kind of like a Sith cave, and this place is not 100% complete, I'll tell you that. It is very close to being complete, though. So it's very like a rocky place, and it has these weird little gold spires, and then you have Palpatine obviously on his throne, and you have Vader there, and actually in the image it has Luke Skywalker as well, but we're just going to keep Vader there. And this is a little homage to the Vader Immortal game again. That is where I'm getting a lot of this stuff from. There is a giant Sith, like, temple cave thing underneath Vader's castle, but I'm not going to be building that. This is the only nod I'm going to give to it. But basically all right here where these gray plates are, that'll be trans orange tile. So you guys can see a cheese slope over there, but it'll be, whoops, Vader's not held very strong there, but you'll have trans orange there representing lava, so it won't look as gray as it is right now. But yeah, that's what that room is, and again, we're gonna have a ton of different rooms like that. So let's go ahead and jump over to the other room we have on the other side. Okay, guys, so here we have another room here. This room is not necessarily based off anything particularly from Vader's castle, but it is inspired by many different Imperial offices from Rebels, or even from A New Hope, the conference room on the Death Star. It's basically like a little office where, you know, the Imperials are working at, the officers are, and big shout out to Eggy Egghead. We are collaborating on this entire thing, but most stuff we kind of do together and give our input on different stuff, but this was pretty much all him. That wall design, huge credit to him. It is very fragile, though, I will tell you that. If you touch it, it has a one-stud connection, so if you touch it, it's going down. But it looks amazing. So we just have Tarkin right there and a couple officers, just a little Imperial office. I think it really gets the Imperial aesthetic across, but obviously it might not literally be in this base or this facility, but I think it fits very well. Not much else I can say there. Little table design there. Closest I could get to curves, a good curve shape in Lego. Also, that light bluish gray piece you see right there, that'll be replaced eventually with a dark gray tile there. So yeah, but that is basically that room. So let's go ahead and get back onto the overview and talk about the lava room. Okay, guys, so I'd say most of you probably remember my Saluk and my mock from a couple months ago, excuse me. And it was one of my favorite mocks that I've made so far. And in that mock, I had a technique in one of the buildings inspired heavily by H2 Brick. Shout out to him. Check him out if you haven't seen his channel. It's a really good channel. But basically, he used this technique where he just laid cheese slopes down, and they looked really good. And we found on the Pick a Brick wall before quarantine, we found a ton of trans orange cheese slopes, and we were like, you know what, I think we're gonna need these somewhere, so let's just pick up a bunch. Anyway, it's probably a good piece to have. So I picked up a ton, and I decided that I was going to make this technique for the lava river. I was originally going to use tiles, and tiles, obviously we're using them in the temple over there, so, you know, we already have them there. And I was just kind of like not in the mood. I was just like, I want to do something more just kind of out there. I want to, you know, make my stamp in the LEGO community. And so I decided to put it here, and using all these cheese slopes, I'd say it probably took me 3 hours, I would say. I literally like sat through an entire movie and more just placing these cheese slopes, but the technique comes across amazing. Also, the black ones there are just kind of, I doubt a river would be pure lava. I bet there'd be some like black rocks in there, so that's why those are there. And yeah, let me know if you guys like that. I'm not 100% on board with it, but I think it looks pretty good. But again, let me know in the comments below right now if you like that, or should I just do entirely trans orange? And so basically this lava river is leading into the waterfall that goes between the two middle spires. So the lava right there, you guys can see right now I just have some extra trans orange pieces that I have, which are literally trans orange 2x2 bricks, circle bricks. And by the way, those will not be there permanently. It'll be those 1x bricks that'll go along there and make a nice little lava flow going up or going down, because it's a waterfall. And so basically you guys might see all these different brackets and you might be confused. Is that the finished design? What's going on there? It is actually not. So this is the finished design. It'll go all the way up or level with that top wall over there, if you guys can see that. So this is just basically all the pieces I currently have. I'm going to be placing a bricklink order hopefully here soon, getting a ton of these brackets and plates and slopes and whatnot, and hopefully we can get this done by the next segment. And yeah, so that is the final design. I think it's really spot on. It's a simple technique. It doesn't use a lot of like rare pieces or anything. They're pretty simple slopes and cheese slopes and brackets and whatnot. So I really like the technique. But that's pretty much all it is. Like, it's just a simple technique and I really like it. And so yeah, that is basically what's going on with that. We also did run out of black bricks. Again, that's probably something the Lego store would have. So I would have more done with this mock, but obviously coronavirus and everything, Lego stores, at least most of the pick brick walls aren't open. So hopefully they can open back up soon. And hopefully we'll be able to pick up some more black bricks. But yeah, as I said earlier, we will have the black wall will go all the way up to where this filler is up here. It'll be level with that or a little bit lower, and then we'll have the hanger. We'll have the hanger right where my hand is about now. So yeah, and then one other thing that you guys can tell, most of you might know this from that initial live stream I did. These are just plates. These are just temporary for right now. And I will have detailing like this, but over here, and I did run out of 1x2 plates. So that's pretty much the big haul. Like, I still have a ton of tiles. I still have a ton of good gree-billing pieces. I just ran out of the main 1x2 plate. So that's the reason why that's not complete. We got a little probe droid over there. I just put him in. I think he looks good. He kind of blends in pretty well with all the black. And yeah, that's the thing, is like, there's not really a lot to the black rock structure. It's really just like, I just tried to spice it up to make it look better. Like, I could have easily just put these plates and just called it a day, but this looks way better. It just looks more, you know, vibrant and rough terrain. And so we're going to go ahead and jump over here. Speaking of that terrain, there's going to be a significant amount of rock work in this mock. So you guys might remember how I had a little bit of rock work in Naboo, which was my last big mock. But we're jumping up a lot. It's going to be a lot more rock work than last time. And this is not a final design at all. This is literally just me. I don't even remember when I did this. This was a couple weeks ago. I threw together a couple things. Definitely not final, I promise that. But that is the next big thing that me and Eggy Egghead are working on, is finding a design that is not super complicated, because our last one, at least on Naboo, was really complicated and not very safe, and it wasn't very structurally sound. And so we're looking for a design that isn't repetitive, but basically is pretty easy to build and looks really good and isn't like super complicated. So yeah, so basically the rocks, so why we have gray bricks here is because you won't see those gray bricks. You will not see them at all. It'll be a mixture. It'll be mainly dark, or it'll be mainly black slopes mixed with a little bit of dark gray. So we'll have black slopes going up all the way around here, filling in this area, and then it'll go up here. And obviously the same on the wall over there. And so, yeah, that is basically all the stuff I can think of. We're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and lift you guys off here and give you a better just kind of overall view again to explain a few things. But yeah, so basically, like, I really need your guys' feedback. Again, do you want me to keep those right there? Also, do you guys have any feedback or any special tips on good rock work? I'm really gonna need you guys' help on that. But yeah, so looking on to next week, or the next segment. Next segment, hopefully, again, we're gonna try to figure out that rock work. That is our big goal. Gonna work on that rock work. And it obviously all depends if I place a bricklink order, when the Lego store opens, all that stuff. So again, hopefully the Lego store opens up soon, but obviously there are bigger problems in the world right now than me not getting my black bricks from the Lego store. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think. And again, I really apologize that it took this long to get it out. But guys, we have started. we're already very much into this mock. Also, stay tuned for the room tour. It is coming, guys. I had planned to do it on the 1-year anniversary of my last room tour, so a couple months late, but it'll still be super cool. The room has changed in ways you guys have seen some of it, but you guys really haven't seen everything. So thank you all for watching. Again, you can check me out in the description on Twitter, Instagram, here on YouTube. consider subscribing, clicking that notification bell, and hope you guys have a great day. Peace out, guys. Bye.